Hello and welcome to the Solution Architects Lab. In today's video, we're going to explore autonomous scheduling agent, which is a feature available with Agentforce for Field Service. Here I am going to talk about my experience in setting up Agentforce for different products, different domains, including industry cloud. But for now, we'll start with Salesforce Field Service. The problem statement over here is related to all the, I think, I believe all the field service organizations would relate to it very well because they currently struggle with high volumes of customer requests for setting up appointments, canceling, rescheduling, which burdens their backend teams to with repetitive tasks, right? Even in field service, Salesforce field service as a product, you have a streamlined product, but there is a considerable amount of workload on the backend operation scheme, which we will try to, which actually causes delayed or misleading, missed SLAs, delayed services, and in a way reduce customer satisfaction. So what Agentforce provides over here is the ability uh, for the customer themselves to come have a chat with a service agent in natural language, explain their issue, explain their requirement, uh, explain why do they want an appointment to be built, and give their details, their address details, and everything. And eventually, the uh, agent schedules the job on behalf of customer without transferring it to the backend operations team. Which this autonomous scheduling agent, the customers can schedule, reschedule, cancel appointments, or via natural language conversation with an agent. So without further ado, let me just jump into the demo. Okay. So I am a customer reaching out to a company for setting up an appointment. Okay. So I come over here, come to the website, I open the chat, support chat window, and I see that agent for service agent is joined. I will just quickly in the natural language say, "Hi, I need to schedule schedule an appointment." Agent goes back, understands what it is. It will then ask me to identify. It will ask me certain details so that it can identify me as the customer. I'll just provide my email. You can also set up a verification process over here so that it verifies you with your email ID and identify you as a customer. But over here, I am just the agent is straightforward going to ask me what do I need the service works. So I'm just going to say I need an installation uh, of solar panel to be done. So it will go back in the system and search for the relevant job type or work type based on the input that I have provided. Once it goes back and identifies the respective job, it will come back to me. Uh, just bear with me. It's probably taking a little more time than expected. So it went ahead, it identified the work type, it went ahead and looked for the available time slots available for me. So it is asking me for based on these are the same time slots that would have been provided by your field service book appointment tool or get candidate tool is the same using the same scheduling. I'll get into the details of it and I'll walk you through each action later on. But for now, for the demo purpose, I'll say the fourth option works for me. You can also chat, right? I mean, instead of chatting, you can also uh, give your voice commands, which will be converted into text and then sent to the agent. Um, just bear with me. Um, so it goes back and uh, schedule an appointment for me for August 21 between 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. based on the fourth option that I had asked him to choose. Okay. And that is how easy it is, right? It is simple natural language conversation with an agent to schedule an appointment. In the same manner, the customer can also come or to the website to get the details of the schedule appointment, reschedule or probably cancel or request for a customer a callback from a human agent if needed. So these are all the scenarios that this agent force agent can cover. um, so let me just come back to my slide. So, like you can see, right, it is very easy for a customer to schedule an appointment. In the similar manner, they can reschedule, cancel, or based on their availability, right? Um, so, all right, after the demo, let me just quickly give you a glance of what all I had to do to get this implemented. Okay, I'm going to talk about the steps that I had to implement. Uh, in order to implement, there were two major pieces that I had to work on, that we had to work on. First was uh, enabling agent for service agent, um, creating a agent for service agent and enabling it with field service topics. Okay, and after agent is set up, the uh, one of the key configuration was to deploy the agent for service agent via a community site so that the customer can access to it. So let me talk about how did I set up the service agent and associated different topics to it. Um, so in order to, of course, you need the licenses that you should have, field service licenses and field service agent licenses and Einstein licenses. Once you have those licenses, you will be able to turn on Einstein. Um, from Einstein setup, this is the basic. Once you have uh, switched on Einstein from this action, once you have switched on, you can refresh the page and then look for agents. Okay. Um, once you can look for agents, where you can go ahead and switch on Agentforce, turn on Agentforce. And if you want, you can also enable the default agent. But in our case, we don't need a default agent. What we need is a service agent. So what you are supposed to do is to create a service agent. Okay. Before you create a service agent, just ensure that your data library is set up just in case you want the agent to speak to the customer from the knowledge articles within uh, uh, your organization. You can just quickly go to Agentforce data library over here, Agentforce data library from your setup over here, and you can check if you have a data library. If not, then you can create a respective data library. I will just say, so this basically enables you to give uh, more context to your uh, uh, agent to speak to when he receives certain kind of question from the customer. Okay, so that's how you set up a agent for data library. I have already set up Agentforce knowledge base, which is ready. It takes a little while to get to ready status once you set up a data library. Just wait for that. Once it is ready, you can then jump into your agent. Now, I'll walk you through the steps for creating a service agent. In order to create a agent for service agent, you click on new agent. It, yeah, takes you to the agent builder. In the agent builder, you choose the template. You can also create with Gen AI, or you can create for template. I'll just go with the template option right now. I will select the agents for service agent template. You can also select scheduling agent if you want to. Okay, both provides you similar uh, capabilities. I'll just select service agents for now. When I go to the next step, this is where I get to choose the different topics that are there for the agent that I'm choosing for. Okay. You can go into detail of what actions are included in each of these topics. These are selected by default. Okay. If you want to keep them, you can keep them. If you want to remove any, you can remove any. But for our mm, purpose, what is important is appointment management for field service, this topic. Okay. In this topic, there are certain actions. Okay. I'll go into the detail of these actions in a while, but in a summary, it gives you the ability to get appointment time slots. It allows the agent the ability to schedule an appointment, create an appointment, get work types, update an appointment times, cancel an appointment, engagement topics, uh, identifying the key uh, basically, it helps identifying the appropriate service appointment ID. Um, and then it also gives the agent ability to get appointment information for from the customer context. Okay. Um, so I'll just keep these as is and move to the next stage. Over here is where you give a proper natural language description of your agent, the role that he performs, and the company. You have to give these details to give the agent proper context of performing in action. Okay, so ensure that all of these are set up properly. Okay, and you can keep this as a new agent user, or if you have already created a agent user, you can use that. Okay. And then when you go next, um, it will ask you for the data library. Remember that I spoke to you about the creating a data library. This is where you can attach that data library and then create an agent. I'm not going to go ahead and create an agent. I already have an agent created. So I will jump into that agent and I will show you uh, certain details about my agent. So this is my service agent. I will open it in a builder. My agent has a few uh, topics. Of all those topics, the most important one is appointment management. Okay. Um, so this is the key topic of my agent. I will also uh, I will also walk you through the description and the company details that I had given to my agent. Um, so this is my uh, description, role, and the company details that I had given to the agent. And the topic over here, I will jump into the topic to give you some context around what it is doing. All right. So you get a default standard topic available. Okay, if you have Agentforce field service licenses, you get Agentforce appointment management for field service standard topic available. You can modify that topic as per your business needs. So I did modify for my demo. Okay, but I can also show you uh, what is available in the standard out of the box topic in action after this. Okay. So over here, I am giving a description. Every detail, context, instructions that are given to the agent are in natural language. Okay, so the agent follows these instructions uh, using the Salesforce reasoning engine. It identifies the respective topic based on the communication that is there. And how does it identify the topic is based on the description and the instructions that we give in the topic. Okay. So this topic is for scheduling, rescheduling, canceling, and showing exiting scheduled appointments to the customer. Okay. Over here, um, in the instructions, we have given details around what they should do uh, when they get time slots and uh, so what we are trying to say over here is once you have got the appointment time slots, you can call update appointment windows to update the windows. Okay. And then it also talks about you are allowed to reschedule. Basically, it gives detailed instructions, step by step instructions of while what to do when canceling an appointment, what to do when customer requests for creating a new appointment, what to do and how to display information, um, when to escalate, when not to escalate, how to get the word type, uh, and for appointment cancellation again. Um, Existing appointments, how do you show those appointments in a list? And you can walk through these in detail and ensure that the instructions follow your key guidelines. All right. What is important to give instructions is how to perform a certain action, when to perform a certain action, and what are the uh, what are the order of actions to pick if there is a particular request coming from a customer. So in case, for example, for in case of creation of a new service appointment, right? First, when you communicate with the customer, you identify the customer information, and then you identify the work type based on the natural language uh, communication with the customer, what type of service that they want, right? You get the work type, and then you create a service appointment record with the work order record. Okay. Once you have created the service appointment record, and based on the early start permitted and due date, you then go ahead and get appointment time slots available for giving to the customer. Choose Let the customer choose the appointment. Whatever appointment is being chosen, you update those details back on the appointment and then call schedule appointment action to schedule that appointment based on the scheduling policy that you define. Okay, I'll go into each of these actions. Uh, uh, but that's how you communicate to the customer, to the agent, into what actions to perform in which order by giving them instructions within the topic configuration. All right. Um, so, okay. So now is probably the right time that I walk you through the standard topics and actions. Uh, when you set up these configurations and topics and actions, you please review your conversation and fine tune your model based on the output that you get within the conversation preview. And then once we have fine tuned it to what you expect it to be, you can then activate your agent. Um, I will come to the detailed uh, topics and action in some time. Uh, Once you have activated the agent, now you can go on and complete the next steps. Uh, for deploying your agents for service agent via a community site. Okay. In order to ensure that your agents for service agent is enabled via a community site and available for the customers to communicate, you need to ensure that these steps are completed. Okay. First step is to verify your live message channel. Uh, uh, just go and look for service channels in your settings, and in those service channels you should be able to see a live message channel. If not, then basically this live message channel is a channel that is created for all the messaging sessions that are initiated, so that we can use these channels for our future configuration. Okay, so live message channel is important. You also need to verify if you have a messaging queue. Messaging queue also should be for messaging session. So now, once you have verified these are available, it's now time for you to create your Omni flow. Okay. Uh, the idea of having an Omni flow over here is to ensure that your messaging session that is initiated by the customer is routed to your Agentforce service agent first, and then it can route it to a default messaging queue later. So I will just quickly jump into the flow. Okay, this is my flow. This is my very simple flow over here. You can have complex scenarios for setup for your customer, but in our scenario, it is a very simple flow where we are getting the messaging session ID, okay, and then passing that messaging session ID to um, the route work action, okay, um, where we are routing that job to a service channel live message. Remember, I spoke to you about verifying if live message channel is available or not. You route that to a live message channel, and you route it to our Agentforce service agent that we have deployed right now, the one that we activated right now. Once you have routed it to our Agentforce service agent, you can select a fallback queue to the messaging queue that we verified. Once that is verified, you can then save and activate the Omni flow. Once you have activated the Omni flow, the next step that you need to do is you need to set up a messaging channel for in-app and web communication. Okay, for setting up messaging channel, go to message settings in setup. Okay, over here you will get all the different channels that you have. If you don't have messaging for in-app and web messaging, you can create one as a new channel. Uh, follow follow the steps, messaging for in-app and web, and then just go ahead and set up your uh, channel. I have already set up my channel, so I'll just quickly walk you through what are the key items to note within that channel. Okay. First is you need to ensure your omni-channel routing is enabled. Uh, the routing type should be omni-flow, and the flow definition should be the omni-flow that you created. Okay. That is important for your messaging channel. Okay, and your fallback queue will be the messaging queue that we discussed about right now. This is important to ensure the uh, messaging session is routed to your omni-channel. So once you have set up the uh, omni-flow, so once you have set up the messaging uh, channel, uh, it is now time to create an embedded service and deploy it for web and deploy it or publish it. Um, so in order to do that, search for embedded service deployments in your setup. Okay, um, embedded service deployments in your setup. Once you go to the list of embedded service deployments. You can create a new deployment. You can select messages for in-app and web. Okay. And then you can select and follow the steps to create your embedded service deployment. Okay. I have already created one for my purpose, and I'll just walk you through the key details for it. It was deployed for my domain, which is my site's endpoint, and it has the messaging channel that we created right now. So this deployment is created for the channel that we have created. Once you have that, you can go ahead and publish it. Once you publish this, okay, this embedded service deployment is now makes it available for us to deploy the agent via our community. So over here in this community, when I'm in the community builder, I'll search for embedded messaging, embedded messaging component. Okay, I will drop it somewhere on the page. And once I have dropped it, I will be able to select uh, what type of deployment, the one that I created. I will select the deployment, and that deployment will automatically uh, ensure that it will uh, be routed to our service agent. Once I have done that, I can then quickly go and publish. And once I publish, it makes my agent available via our community site. So these are the two key steps to follow to enable our Agentforce agent via community so that our customers can go ahead and schedule, reschedule, cancel appointments via natural language. Okay. Um, all right. Uh, Thank you for watching this video. If you found this video informative, please like, subscribe, and share. And please share your feedback in comments so that I can work through it.